Riot Games Arena, are you ready? Because make some noise for Cloud9!
Speak fast there.
All right, now it's time for Cloud9 with this new look being led by Zelsis. And you heard in that interview before, what's his job? What's his goal? Get C9 to an international event, and the journey starts right here. It's the Team Myrna that has been so close so many times.
So close, so many times. It always takes them quite a while to get back into it whenever they reach that playoff stage. So this is kind of the time to get those gears turning, show off what they have as a team, and kind of make sure that they set their foot down, especially since Oxy is planning on running it down. They have the vibes ready up there. They're ready to go as a team, and it's just Zelsis and Imi coach combo that we know have been successful in the past. So.
E agora os seus adversários, façam muito barulho para Loud!
And the only way this squad knows how to walk out. Loud making their way to the stage, and this incredible squad filled with players that could very well make a name for themselves here and now. Because if they have a dominant performance, Emily, this is a Loud squad that everyone's going to have to be fearful of like they were in the past.
Oh, for sure. And I'm just so excited to see what they're actually bringing into their first match in Kickoff with this new leadership. Like, I want to see what they've been cooking and what adjustments they've made to their game plan and strategy.
Yeah.
More so, or rather than like the player specifics, right? I'm looking to see how they go about, especially playing against a team that's well-rounded and polished like Cloud9, right? It's not going to be like they're going up against a wild card like Envy. This is going to be, I'm expecting to see some more strategic plays here.
I think both these teams have a really good selection of veterans, and they both have the really good selection of fragging power. They have Luke Show on Loud. They have Oxy on C9. It's really going to be a sick fight. And Haven being the first map picked by C9. I really thought that we were going to see a lot more explosive maps. I feel like Haven is super structurally fundamental. Oh my God, I just spat over there.
I feel like this is going to be a good test because both teams have a new IGL, right?
True.
Both teams are going to be kind of playing the slower game to see how each team is playing. Like, they're trying to figure each other out at the same time because they're brand new teams. It's a brand new year, brand new everything, right? So I don't mind that they're actually taking Haven as the first map because it's going to be kind of mind-gamey, right?
I think it's also going to be a really good test for the lurkers because we were talking about Luke Show being super aggressive, taking that space and getting information. So I think that's going to be a really big test for him specifically because Haven is just such a big map. You have 3 different sites. You need to make some sort of presence on both sides of the map, 2 different sides in order to get, you know, some sort of read on what the other team's doing.
I do feel like the lurking playmaker is going to be the story of this matchup here, especially when you have Luke Show on that other side. You have to wonder, though, if you are C9 and Coach Jimmy here, Emily, you gotta be prepared for that, right? You have to have a game plan to stop Luke Show as much as a game plan you could possibly conjure up to stop him.
Yeah, I really don't think Cloud9 is going to be caught too much off guard. Like, I think Luke Show will find his time because that's what he was really good at, right, in the past. But I also think Cloud9 is one of those teams that are going to be more aware of that, and I could even see them trying to put a stop early to Luke Show early on and punish him and force him to kind of play into their game rather than vice versa.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more aggressive plays at the beginning of rounds, even on defensive sides from C9, because that is kind of what I'm expecting. I know Oxy said he's going to run it down, but like strategically kind of get the information.
Amy won't let him do that unless that's the game plan.
He has the reins on Oxy right now.
But I do think that's a great point. And hey, he's playing Neon, so technically could run it down. So it does work out. And yes, I think that is exactly what I wanted to see. A C9 that comes out of the gate hot, that looks to get in their faces early on. But conversely, on the other side, I actually want to see that from Loud too. I want to see these guys really clash. Not on site. I want to see them clash in the middle of the map sometimes. Get a knife fight going, you know what I mean? Just like we used to do back in the 50s.
In the 50s? Damn!
I was waiting for you guys to catch that.
Okay. Anyway, so these comps look pretty, I'm going to say they look pretty basic. They're almost copycat. I mean, you have the Yoru instead of the Neon. That's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, hey, we heard the breakdown from our analysts. Let's see how this one plays out. Send it over to your casters for map 1. It's some of my favorite people. It's the Bren and the Egg.
You can admit the that's actually fine, to be honest. But yeah, let's get into it, man. I mean, the second match of the day for our opening day of 2026 VCT for Americas, and we're taking a look at two of these teams, and a lot of the teams in Americas, honestly, are just reinventing themselves, almost, you know, back to school kind of vibes to a certain degree as well. Cloud9 trying to shake off the Nepo baby allegations almost as well, right? And you've got Loud, which is this team that came in last year. They were getting 11th, 12th in stage 1, stage 2. They are looking for a much better beginning here for 2026, and they've put together this combination of players now on either side. Cloud9 go back to some old familiar faces, and have allowed themselves as well going in a completely different direction, really, as well.
There's great old combinations here, right? It's Celsius recombining with Imi, and then adding Penny into the mix. Players that have played together before a long time ago. I love the fact that Verti is getting to play alongside Darker. Yeah. They were playing on the best LATAM North team very recently, until both of them have ended up in Tier 1. Very classic pistol here for C9. Bit of a walk down mid. Killjoy set up on A, and that's where the whole of Loud are going.
It's silent across the board, no noise cues.
Oxy and Luke Show both going for the new weapon, the Bandit.
Yeah, putting that one into work nice and early. So Lambot's going to be catching a contact here of Verti. Wants to make sure that, gets rid of the supplementary util. That's a snake bite at your feet. Cloud9 looking like they are eager to get involved into the mix. It's a dart that's going to be pulled out of them nice and early. So Loud can be happy with this, honestly, in terms of the equation, the way the utilities worked out. Oxy, though, deep forward, posted, looking for that first fight and engagement, but the shot's just going wide. Wants to back out. Worried about the backstab.
Bandit v Bandit there. Luke Show, good awareness to check that. It's a tapping gun. You gotta be accurate with it. Oh my God! Yeah, that's accurate. Okay. Through 3 different walls.
Yep. Straight to the dome.
Was that a pixel angle? It must have been, but from Luke Show's POV, it looked like he was just had no hope.
That's a nasty little ding there. Zelsis going to be backed up, but he does have players ready and waiting to reinforce most of this site. Kills starting to flood in through, and Penny standing his ground, holding it down alongside Oxy to clean one here for the opener.
Look at the value from the Neon. He was able to get the kill on the flank and run his little legs all the way back to A.
Yep.
And plays to support Penny. A good pistol round setup, though, for Cloud9. The game plan there from Imi really giving them an advantage right from the beginning. God, the reactions to hit that. It's not like Lucio was wide swinging through it. He was setting up to try to clear that, but that's still pretty nasty. Oxy in the press conference was saying how much he enjoys playing with this new gun. He said it was like a Guardian on the pistol round.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about it as well. But a lot of players, I mean, hit or miss with it in terms of their initial reactions towards it.
They gave me a faulty one when I tried it in rank.
Yeah, I mean, you need to calm down your aim at times. It's got a bit of kick to it.
Still, Zelsis here locking down the A site. It's not going to be your standard setup, I would imagine. Usually, these teams like to run the Killjoy on C, but for now, that's Oxy's domain with the Outlaw. And it is similar to the pistol, isn't it? Loud, fully grouped up over towards A. Oxy pinning them in from behind, and C9 ready to defend on the site. Just about orb grabbing, setting yourselves up for the future.
Sure. I wonder if this is the kind of meta development now of Haven as well, with these double controller comps, the Viper being ran. In the past, you could just run a Sova, dart into lobby, you could jiggle the angle maybe, but that Viper wall that cuts all the way across, you see it on the attack side, that does cause issues. Trying to hold on to that space.
This is going to cause issues.
Yeah, Oxy posted deep as anything, jumping around. Guess what? Bandit is a secondary. Overwhelmed, though.
Very aggro from him, swinging forwards onto the angle.
He's handed the gun over. Can Loud do anything about it? Here's the thing. Penny is going to be the gatekeeper now. Pushing them back and away from the site, and they hear that gun go off, and that is the danger zone. Warning shots. Not just that, honestly, doing the damage and time running short.
10 seconds left.
Loud running out of answers here for a round like this. Just need to go down before the time runs out. So, bit of economical damage was done.
Feeding up Penny's ultimate, though, fairly early on. He's 6-0, top of the scoreboard. Penny's a great addition to this team. He's proven his flexibility and ability to fill in as that glue guy for squad after squad after squad, and kind of started his journey alongside Zelsis and Imi way back in the dawn of time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now the pressure's back onto Loud. And this is a newer version of the team that's hoping to get rid of that curse that was following them last year.
Right the wrongs of the past, because it's an org that's used to success.
been a long time, though, since there's been fear when that loud walkout music comes on. They used to be the final bosses.
Not so much these days, but always potential to turn the ship around here. Pancada's just holding on to that A short control, making sure that it's a potential pivot option in case Loud want to go that way, but okay. Straight into the sideline of Vic. A lot of damage done. That's Verdi dropped down to 10 HP and a kill claimed, collected. Zelsis picked off.
Completely caught out by that insert Pancada. Because Loud did the 5-man plays.
Still going to be lying in wait.
He'd have to have an outrageous clip here.
I never want to doubt him. Guardian in hand now. Smokes popped. Dart's going to be avoided. Oh my, good movement from Kawazine. Just making it nice and ajar there with the movement. Darker cleans it up towards the end, so Loud on the board with the 1.
And even when they were losing last year, Loud were always playing close games.
Yeah, they were like the best team at the bottom, essentially.
The best team to ever lose everything.
Yes, yeah, always playing these close games.
Well, they had unbelievable individual performances at times as well. You know, Pancada's dropping 30 bombs, Luke Show with some of the best rookie performances we've ever seen in Stage 1 last year. And yet, you know, they could not translate that into wins. And they are certainly hoping to change that around. In some sense, it's really unlikely to be putting up performances like that over and over and not be winning.
Smoke in the face of Oxy, not to be dismayed. Wants to take that fight. Beautiful trade from Darker. He's instant on the line. Quick with it, removing the star player, Cloud9.
Luke Show's looking for a walk down mid. That's the kind of thing that Oxy would be going for, though. I'm not sure there's too many other players on C9 that would like to go for a risk like that. Once you've picked off Oxy, I think a lot of that threat has disappeared. And Loud call for the group up into a B pop, waiting on that Viper fuel over towards the A connector.
Going to be able to go into the hit momentarily. Drone to pave the way, Zelsis. Takes this as a chance and a timing to be found, potentially. No one was watching this onto the double door, and that means back's open towards it. Bullet straight there. Back in the dome of Kawazine, he's dropped in a spike with it. They have the B side, Loud, but at what cost? They have to make a play forwards to claim a little bit more space. Luke Show, sharp. Penny going down. It's up to Zelsis now to see if he can do it once more, but he just can't compete against talent like that. Luke Show picking up where he left off the start of 2025.
His mechanics are absurd. You put him in those spots where he just gets to take 1v1s and it feels like he's favored almost every time. He's bailed his team out of a bad position here.
Spam to the back, Verti. His bullets raining down onto him. No kill though for Zephyr here. Takes it forwards, Luke Show. It's not getting past him. Hold on, Vic. Might be able to do it. Quick as anything on those first 2, but just could not convert it towards the end.
Yeah, Darker picking up where Luke Show left off. It's 2-2 right now. Vic nearly being a hero. But these 2 kills from Luke Show just changed the round so much.
Yeah.
And Vic, when he went for that jump spot, was not expecting Darker to be playing exactly on top of the spike. It's a really odd off angle. Thinking about him playing more towards logs. And there goes the C9 economy. Now, is anyone going to go for the bandit here? Yeah, Penny goes for it. He picks it up. While Vic goes for the Sheriff.
Yeah, I do think this is the best place for it.
Yeah, these super light buy rounds where you don't want to invest too much. Yeah, light armor and a bandit. I mean, definitely chances if they go towards Penny.
Can't go wrong.
But if they go towards Penny, it is into the entire stack as well.
Right.
Cloud9 have gambled over towards A.
That's where most of the starting default has been from Loud, so it's a fair gamble and guess from them. They're going to be moving up, claiming a lot of space, looking to see if they can step themselves into lobby, but Loud are going to steadily realize that most of this area is free territory.
Is Luke Show going to be pressured on the flank?
Yep, finds the 1. Backs himself out. That's an all popped off immediately. Oxy raring to go. Not content with that. That's a spike drop down in their laps. That's been left.
A massive mistake from Darker.
Verdi is going to be able to get this one back immediately. Dimensional drift straight back to the rest of his team now. Reclaiming that space. Stabilizing. I know perhaps that he didn't really want to use in that scenario, but it does settle the situation for now.
Oxy's got a rifle in his hand, though.
Yeah, 2 of these guns, that's what I mean. Oxy's ult may have run out, but he's still a danger player. Waiting for his team to make a lot of noise now so he can just activate towards the flank. So darting towards the back, the Paranoia, perfect. Still cutting it close towards the back of the side. That is a hail of lead, and Oxy's time to strike. Still there, brings it into the 1v1 and a chance for an ace. Got to find out where the last player is. Twisting, turning, tapping, see if he can pull him out wide into the open. But as Pancada would have put a stop to it.
Very close there, though, on a complete thrifty. Loud nearly making the mistakes necessary for C9 to mop that one up. You can understand why Darker would go for that, right? Like, he's swinging to try to help his teammate. In his head, he's like, I gotta help Luxio here. But he's got the spike. And it's a good job that Loud got all 3 of those kills on the players coming back into his spawn. Because Oxy, if he'd had an idea of where Pancada was, may have been on for the ace there. And C9 are gonna look to try to take a tag timeout. They're in a spot now where they can start to get the operator online. Their economy's in an all right position after 3 losses in a row. But something worth mentioning, on the attack side of Haven, I think of this map as being where attack side RGLs are the most tested.
Sure.
Or at least it's like these 3-site maps, they really test the fundamentals of how you push and pull, put inserts into places, pick the right side to finish. And we were talking to the team earlier on, and Pancada's IGLing. So that's, you know, it's a player who has done that a little bit, but is mostly known not really for that role.
No.
And this is going to be a real test for him this year. You know, it was Robbie BK last year, right? Loud went in a completely different direction, tried to open the team up massively. English-speaking roster, bring in an IGL from EMEA. And, you know, they were close to getting some wins, but you don't want to be close to getting a couple of wins.
No, you want to be
Like,
sure
at least
secure them. Yeah, converting them, right? It's kind of mirrored on both sides as well, because Zelsis is being asked to pick up those IGLing duties, which he's got a lot of experience. He's played on a lot of teams at this point.
Same for both players, isn't it?
Yeah, but the IGLing is something that you'll be seeing tested for the first time. So, wonderful opener in the form of Haven. See where they stand.
Zelsis set up here to try to protect Oxy a little bit against a C-split, and that's exactly what Loud have gone into.
Oxy's waiting on top plat there with the operator, but he misses that first shot.
This is going to play in Zelsis.
Reposition. It's a lockdown, though. We'll be forced to respect that one. There is a gap towards the back of the site, but you got to imagine. Loud are going to have some util to clear that one just in case, so evacuation's got to be fast
Where
here.
are they going?
You got to get the hell out all the way. That's going to be entertainment, surely. Yeah, on at least the one. Still
a little
safe.
bit surprised that they didn't try to get into that back plat area, but respecting Loud, figuring that there was going to be a follow-up maybe with Cowan Zin's ult.
Right.
But they've just given them the whole of the C site here. Cloud9 forced to play retake with an op. Not how they'd want it this round to go.
No, it's never ideal. They would want to pick at least to be in this spot and position. Gearing up, though. Swap the weapons around, get that rifle into the hands of the young gunner. Here he goes. Moving forwards is a big reveal, straight through the box as a player eliminated. Pancada's down and out for the count. Making a move on now as well, but these smokes still blooming in their faces. Darker's left to try and hold this one back. And hold it back he will. That is elite stuff. It's a 3-piece, maybe enough damage done. Zeppa, last one left here for Cloud9. See if he can pick up these pieces, but too much to really overcome. Time's ticking. And with it, the chance is gone like that. This is Loud leading now by 2 rounds.
And they've destroyed the Cloud9 economy again. I mean, despite the fact that they've got max loss bonus, there goes the operator, and suddenly you're working with a scrappy buy if you decide to invest. Where's this Darker 3K come from?
Just holding them back.
Yeah, just holding the back and not getting traded out effectively by the C9 players on the retake. And look at this, the buy looking pretty horrid here for Cloud9. This is now 4 in a row, and Loud are running away with things.
That's ult's committed here from Cloud9 despite the weaker weapons. Vic had his chance, even damage done. That's no kill though. Unlucky stuff. Verdi dropped down to 5.
Yeah, he actually got a headshot on the real Yoru and then was like, I gotta finish this guy off. just in case.
Precarious spot though for Loud. Tapping away.
Ulting from Penny over towards A is a really heavy investment.
They've overloaded it with Killjoy util on the other side, so both avenues making sure that it's locked down. You don't want to be wading into that.
Vic hitting the shot early on onto Verti might have actually stopped the C-side from being overrun early on, and that was where the weakness lay for Cloud9. And the drone is going to see that this is not a stacked site. But they're worried about people flooding back in.
I think they saw the dart and they were worried about it. Bit of a weird spot to be in, to be honest, if you aren't allowed, but they are sniffing out at least the weaknesses in terms of where the defense is. Wall in your face, though, makes it, again, even more difficult. Deep down into the back, both flash is going to be used now. Tap. Look for the next signs of life. Any bits and pieces of util that could be pulled out, but now going for the full committal. Let's start with an ult of his own online.
It's that's going to give a lot of space though for Zelsis and Zephyr to get in with the stingers.
It's pushed Darker completely out of the pit. They can really flood in and get a move on here. Tap forwards as well. It's going to be forcing Darker back into the action, into the mix as well. A lot of damage done from these guns, and the rifle differential might be enough really to save the day. Comes down a bit of that random RNG. Ult even expended towards the end just to secure it up.
It's an expensive round, but it's another on the board for Loud. 5 in a row. I think it's a good job at least that they didn't all try to play inside the Viper's pit there, because that could have got extremely chaotic and bad for Loud. But they threw it down and it ended up just acting as like chip damage for the retakers as they were coming through. And Darker was playing outside of the pit more than he was playing inside of it by the end. His weapons back on board though for C9, and Oxy not going for the operator. Deciding he's had enough of that gun. Get a Phantom into the hand. But they need a better read on where Loud are headed.
Cover going out.
Looks very much all in. Posturing like it, at least. The spike is not in their hands, so... Poking and prodding.
Verti's one away from his ultimate with the orb.
That's big.
That now gives them the opportunity to get in onto sites easier, to assess whether or not there's a stack going on. And Cloud9 do have a stack on the A site, but they can also drop off A in the mid-round and play for the retake with Zelsis' ult. Just depends how they feel the round's going.
It's fake pressure. They're trying to fake that, like they're taking over towards the A side. Just a drone.
And look at the teleport.
The dimensional drift.
Yeah, back over towards C so they can clear. They can fake A, clear C, and go for the hit.
Spot where Vic is as well. The pings are coming out, so they know he's sitting down towards the back of the side. Enough to really push him back, spraying it down.
Well, now it comes down
to bullets.
Now it comes up to the counter plan. How do you deal with Zelsis' ultimate? And he nearly got picked off before he could even use it.
You're potentially finding it here. This is fast and loose. Verdi there, instantly there with a trade. Lockdown, drop down through the window. We'll have to respect it now, giving them a lot of space. Cloud9 going to be eager to take this one here. Wall and a smoke propped up, a lot of spam nice and early here. It's damage done. Oxy is feeling weak as anything, but listen, Cloud9 are backing it up with really stronger than words. It's the guns in their hands that are doing the work here. Coverage on every single angle. Clean stuff from Cloud9.
Very good positioning from Vic there up top. I love that spot. He likes to play on defense quite a bit, especially against teams that default with that C smoke. But here in the retake, it's just perfect for covering the diffuser. But this round mainly just comes down to the ults, right? Cloud9 know that they can play one of the sites, in this situation C, soft, play for the retake with the Killjoy ult. And Loud didn't come up with a fast or effective enough plan to deal with that. But now you can't go back to that. It's a one-time deal for Cloud9.
That's 4 players gearing up for a bit of a scrap over towards A lobby with potential for an opt-in. Loud have got players here. TP into the corner. That's going to be her, but that's a reveal into it. Okay, flashes matter not. Yeah, the rest of the team happy to supplement it with that extra firepower.
Oxy getting detected.
Dominating it.
Oxy getting detected almost acted as bait there. It lured in some of the rest of the Loud players.
Luke Shaw hoping for a half clearance, but not quite the case. Hold on, players and bodies collateraled up. Dropped at a moment notice, but still, Penny's there. Saved the day, ensured that it doesn't get out of hand.
Did Cowan see? Yeah, he knows he's here now.
That is so much damage. Penny dropped to 2 HP. Regen shield going to be kicking in. Kawazine, he's been handed a couple of chances.
Yeah, these are slim options, but they are options being given to him. He's got a great idea of where at least 2 players on the map are right now.
40 seconds, roughly, to play with. House money. Turret. Going to be catching him here, so that's going to be alerting most of Cloud9 here. Zelsis' job really just holding it back. They want to play this one retake. The player advantage that they've got.
Zelsis' setup just gave them so much information in this round, right? Turret contact. They know he's not hopping up garage window.
Penny forwards, he's the first one. No way! There was a chance and there was a world. Zelsis there, though. Safe pair of hands from him.
That is a crucial trade out for C9.
Yes, it is.
Zelsis, new addition, new IGL, team captain, team leader, steps up when asked. Draws it to an only 1 round gap. This decision to fight over A lobby in this round could not have worked better for Cloud9.
It's a really good adjustment, I think, as well. Knowing how Loud have been starting at the beginning of the buy rounds. defaulting towards A.
They default A unless they need an on
how we do it, it's that we did it, baby.
I've heard him say that before. A few years away from being a rookie in VCT Americas. You'll see him on the stage in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And now it's actually economically Loud are in a little bit of a pinch here. They can force up, but it's not looking like the prettiest buy in the world. And as you head really late in this first half, there are chances for Cloud9 to catch up. Oxy looking to reinvest back into that operator. And so probably Cloud9 not going for the same level of A lobby crunch. And no ult super close for Loud, so you wouldn't expect them to go for that C default. I think the read so far has been if they're one away, they do tend to C default, otherwise they're trying to go towards A, push back the A player.
And keeping it simple with the calling.
My question is, where does Oxy go? Because the normal setup that we've seen with Oxy's op is that he was going over towards C with the Outlaw, and then leaving Zelsis to pick up A.
I was just thinking that. I mean, this modern era, the way that Haven's been played, you got double smokes in your face. The common lines that you used to be able to take as an operator player, you're kind of just pushed into a C-shaped box, really, aren't you? Down this long angle. New start, though, here for round 10. Drone will be broken.
Feels like quite a bit of C pressure, and instead, Pancada's got the troops slow walking down short.
That's the problem with this Viper wall. Vic is the hammer to jiggle the angle.
Well, that was
confirmation.
But it was only Luxo seen, I think.
Yeah, he's going to be thinking it's just a one, potentially double up, group up. Smokes are now coming up in their faces here. The guns rattling off in either direction. And with these bullets, there's an orb to play in and around. Zephyr still a threat. No real way that Loud can get past this one here, but they're just biding their time, waiting for the orb to run out of juice.
It's a great decision there for Zephyr to just play his life. Makes it so hard for Loud to get out.
Fine time for the rest of his team to get back into the fight too. Zephyr just unleashes. Start to be sidestepped here. And Loud. It's a round for them that's just in the gutter.
And Zephyr's out again. Drone back in to see if he can get the tag onto Pancada. But a 1v4 I don't think is on the cards here. Does have ult to try to reposition.
Clean.
Don't want to call it too early. Zelsis realizes that he can reposition. Zelsis has to head over to cover that C.
Yeah. 7 bullets left to work with. Commit to the reload. And you're right, the ult. Threat of it pulls the Cloud9 players apart across the map here. They still have Penny and Zephyr waiting. That's a dart that comes back online, gets the reveal. Shock darts forwards, 10 seconds remaining. What is your call? Commit to the plan. Zephyr twisting and turning as the player on half HP. Time still remaining, but all Penny has to do is run at him to secure that round win.
Clean finish there for Cloud9, and they've come straight back into this game, haven't they? Looked like Loud were running away with things, but this A defense has been solid, actually. Love the way that Zephyr played it. I think the game plan for Loud was good. They got the initial jump onto Vic, but Vic was good enough to be able to take one with him. And Loud bottled it a little bit, decided not to commit. Op's gone. C9 looking to push down C. Teams kind of rotating clockwise around the map here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fast play, I think, towards A, perhaps.
Wow, holding the paranoia off contact. That's a lot of faith in Oxy.
Yeah, it really is. Pancada was umming and ahhing about placing the smoke over towards Heaven. TP play, perhaps, as well. There it is. Smoke blooms. TP is a go. Sitting nice and snug into the back of the side, but with that wall up and the molly's popped up, Zelsis, he knows he can take a free fight. Still, players are trying to get active. Can't land it. Zephyr's there, sealing up the gaps in the sight.
He's just danced a jig on him. That is disrespect. And Oxy's got him boxed in.
Penned into a corner. Oxy, worse for wear, but still alive, and he does claim the kill onto the Darker. Kawazine tagged up, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
At least they finally got Zelsis, but that's diabolical.
It's crazy stuff.
Incredible punish there. They really had a great idea of how they wanted to shut down Pancada going for that ult play. But then, look at him, he's got his knife out, thinking about going back into the orb, bailed out by a teammate. Zephyr's been immaculate on this A defense. Luxo's hoping that one was not shown in the replay.
Well, Bad news for you.
Look at the buy.
Yeah.
Lucho with a bookie. Kawanzin with a stinger.
Bottom of the barrel, really.
C9 running the exact same round that they just had in round 11. They figured the C players were never seen. Let's run it back, do it again.
It's a deep push, Vic. Reinforcing over towards B. No signs of life on A or towards C with that deep push, so they felt like it was going to be a bit more explosive here. Lucho has that lockdown now. It's going to be clearing the way over towards B.
The fight here could happen over towards Garage, though. If Kawanzin goes for that refight, you know, after the post ban,
yeah,
someone on Cloud9's got to deal with it.
Detainment towards the end, a bit of a mistake there, perhaps, but it is a kill. Nevertheless, going away of Cloud9. They can wait this one out. Happy to do so. A lot of pressure now on this flank, potentially paying off. Oxy lying in wait. Takes out Kawanzin. It's a big, big kill. He's the one with the ult to try and deny and delay a little bit more that time here. Still, as this fight comes forwards, there it is. Overdrive popped off into the hands of him. Kawanzin just barely catching the kill onto Vic. Does have that ult, but listen, in a spot like this, there's only so much you can do.
There's
no
tag
way to kill, but he's being pressured and half already earned up. This will be that 7-5 finish. It was a half here for Cloud9.
It took them a while to adjust. 4 rounds in a row very early on for Loud, but C9 got what they needed and started putting their players into positions, funneling Loud into sites that they were super ready to defend. And the retakes, one on C and a couple on B, did end up looking clean.
Let's go, baby.
See what direction Haven goes towards the second half here between these two teams. I mean, Cloud9 were making all the right adjustments towards the end, string of rounds that they were able to build up based on the reads they were getting from Loud's play. And the pressure is going to fall on the shoulders of the Loud coaches and Pancada, various voices that are going to be there to see right the wrongs moving forward. It is a fresh start, of course, so listen, any of that prior conditioning, get it out the window.
Yeah, I think Pancada was trying to call these really slow rounds where he was looking to default at the beginning, insert somebody somewhere, go back to them, prioritize ult orbs, get these rounds going. It all made sense. I'm wondering if Zellsis decides to send it a bit more. Because a lot of these rounds were not that quick. We didn't see straight off the bat burst plays like we were seeing from Envy, you know, in the previous match that we just watched. So when you have somebody like Oxy, sometimes you just got to let him off the leash a little.
That's 3 sheriffs I'm seeing.
Yeah, well, that implies they're going for something a little slower, a little more long range, I would imagine.
Zephyr and Zellsis are potentially looking to take a fight down C long with them. Wall up really feels difficult for Sova players.
Yeah,
this day and age, man. 60 seconds on the dart, a wall in your face. You're like, okay, well, I just give up.
Well, yeah, Zephyr already used his dart on a bit of a C fake, trying to pull those defenders, and he has.
Deep alarm bot, though.
That's a nice one from Lucio.
Yeah.
After the barrier drops, get it deep into long, gives you that really advanced information, and that might have changed Zellsis' plans a little bit. Sending people back over to C, where they originally had that insert. Can Verti hold against 3 sheriffs staring at him?
He's left guessing here, and it was a jump spot, but he's wide out into the open here. Bad face could mean doom and defeat for him. That's a paranoia. Forced to respect it. There's a wall up, though, that he can play around. While he's moving in, though, that is beautiful, at least for the snake bite. Still gets one for his trouble. And now swarming in towards the back. Overwhelming. And that's the call made by Cloud9. I'm going to take this one full force.
It's a really nice fight at the backside.
Pancada, hold on, refighting into him. Penny. Dome clean off here for Pancada. Luxio might have been able to find that angle, but that face! Oh, Cloud9 are relentless here. Everything they do on the same page, ensuring that there is no hesitation. And now an insert towards default. 2 players onto long. They know how to play towards their win cons. Kawazine sniffs out the first upgrade obtained, but again left guessing where these players could be. One way, up and about. Bullets ran out. Feels like an impossibility here for Kawazine. You need some divine intervention for Cloud9, though, to pistol round and they can stack up, keep this momentum moving.
I love that post plant from C9. They took 3 different fights in post plant, all coordinated together. This push into backside was lovely, and then the push into garage, and then they triple swung again. That is really good, these dynamic post plants, where you don't just take positions, you take fights and you move around. This is actually something that, to get nerdy for a second, this is something that Cloud9 in like 2023, I think it was, were really, really good at.
Yeah.
When they went, I think it was 8-1 in group stage, something crazy. And then choked in playoffs, obviously. But this version of Cloud9 we saw last year has kind of got over that. It's a different team, who knows, maybe it'll come back to bite them.
Don't say that, yeah.
But
crazy stuff.
With last year's squad, making 4th in stage 2 playoffs, I really thought they got over their demons.
Yeah, walkabouts here from Louder on the weaker buy. Looking for kills, looking for information, anything they can garner. Will be a standard affair really here at this point. Open site given up. Loud looking to not just feed those ultimates.
Spike planted.
And Zeppa trying to get his on as early as possible. So if there was a player to go hunting, it would presumably be him.
Yeah, Sheriff in hand. He's not worried about losing it.
You probably wait for a little bit, see if Louder going to commit to some kind of retake, but Louder pure playing to die to Spike here. These are not positions for you to set up and go for a C retake.
No.
So at some point we'll see Zeppa go hunting, I would imagine.
Real hard spot though to fight back from for Loud.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's going to be inevitable really, that 9th round up for Cloud9. Very strong when it comes to keeping these weapons as well. It's going to be a good bonus that they can lead into round 15 for Zeppa. Hunting. One of the players does get the one before he goes down, and Celsius trying to follow up.
Yeah, I mean, that's huge, actually. They only lost 2 pistols out the back of that, and now Zeppa's 1 away from getting his ult.
That is insane, really.
If I'm Loud, though, I'm thinking, right, Zeppa's 1 away from ult. Maybe he could plant to get it, but it's possible that they see default at the beginning of this round to play for the orb. So if I'm Loud, I'm thinking, can we get a punish together to deny this orb over towards C? And as you look at the minimap, that's exactly what C9 appear to be going for. See default, see if you can get this overall online. Do Loud have a game plan that's good enough here to punish them for it? Do you re-peek in after a drone? They're holding, waiting for the recon.
Just holding that position. Oh, squares up anyway. Doesn't go for the drone. Takes the fight up against Oxy. Head-to-head, duelist v duelist. With Oxy removed, you might think that they slow down the pace here, but Cloud9 are looking to take this one fully forwards. Flaming it up now, Luxio. He's there. Towards the back, this wall. There's a lot to chew through as it goes down. Smoke to replace it. Awkward spot that Cloud9 have been placed in.
These players, though, if they're just quiet, might find opportunities once smokes dissipate, because Loud are going to have to peek for info.
And here it is. There's a chance, but the shot's missed off anyway. Zeppa potentially could have had it there in the palm of his hands. The rest of Loud, though, ready to contain. Fully in control. Listen, Stinger.
How has that happened?
Stinger is still a menace, apparently.
How has that happened?
If you got the second one, I'd be having words, but...
Really well predicted by Loud there. Knew exactly what was going to happen, but now, you know, it's a rifle v rifle round and Zeppa's got that ult online. So C9 can go for something. A little bit too ABC calling there in that round from Celsius, I think. A bit too predictable, and Pancada was all over it. But now that you have the ult, okay, he's just going to go straight back into something similar. See default, see if you can set up for a post plant where Zeppa's going to have a Hunter's Fury.
Yeah, or even just see exec with the Hunter's Fury. push past into the back of the site. Thorn in their side so far for them trying to work towards it. Okay, just a committal into it. Let's clear off the operator. Due diligence as well, sent flying forwards, but that's a snake bite to cut it up onto the cross. Cloud9 are going to have to fight their way past and forwards, vulnerable up for a moment.
Oxy has slide. They don't even commit it, actually, to fight into backside. Now, are Cloud9 going to go for those same post-plant fights that we saw them use on the pistol round? At the moment, it feels a little more static.
Yeah, not willing to play. It's a smoke on the turret. Kawazine slipping the net. Now a Swarm, Luke Show looking to see if he can pull some of these players out into the open with their potential positioning. Kawazine, he's noted though. Spotted out in the end here. Penny! It's dominating so far to the side here, but it could go either way. Flip of a coin, really. Kawazine playing that pressure. Moving forward steadily, seeing if he can chip this one up. Celsius just trying to stay alive, play his life into this one because time is ticking. It was an early plan from Cloud9. He knows the win cons well at the back of his head. And he knows that Loud have no chances in it.
I mean, Celsius plays that situation as well as you could ask him to. He just ties Kawazine up in knots on the flank. Nothing that Kawazine could do to accelerate the fight and force it to happen earlier. And in the end, that's technically a Red Bull clutch. Penny with huge impact there, getting 2 towards Garage. The rest of Cloud9 holding it down as Celsius covers the flank.
That retake was shit. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it was Celsius, man. He's holding back.
Yeah, I think we didn't really get to see the fight on site happen too much, though. They threw out a Paranoia and didn't really get in there off the back of it. Verti's got his op again.
Smoke in your face, denying that op line.
And at this point, it's Loud that are starting to become predictable. Verti's been neutralized here, forced to go on a different angle.
Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier, Operators 2026 on Haven with these double smokes.
Yeah.
You're really just forced into a few predictable positions. Verti, he's not being able to get anything done. He's going to hear these footsteps, moving forwards, taking, again, front section, trying to divide, and Conga the dart doesn't connect, doesn't really hit at all. Darker just holding it down almost by himself, but Cloud9, plenty more action where that came from.
The trades look so rough onto Darker. I thought he might have been able to win the round just by getting those kills and escaping. But then C9 in a flurry, pick up 3, including the Yoru as he TP'd away. That's brutal for Verti.
Yeah, Pancada just trying to clear up most of this way. He's going to be bitterly disappointed at this one because that Paranoia is not catching onto anyone. Again, that proactivity of Cloud9.
And it's the same retake that Loud have gone for pretty much every time. I mean, Pancada is constantly in that spot. Paranoia through to default. It's the same rhythm, and Cloud9 have got the read on it at this point. And this, I think, is somewhat similar to what we saw in the first half, where C9 got the read on what Loud was doing, downloaded them, and then that was it. 5 rounds in a row, they just ran it. C9 get up to 11, a 5-round lead here.
Yeah.
And this is without, in this second half, Loud having their streak. This is just all C9.
Kept it moving. Small interruption in round 15. But other than that, you can see Cloud9 consistently getting that spike down.
And it's all been on the C side, really, as well.
Yeah.
This is the time to swap things up. It's an anti-eco. Maybe you're expecting Loud to stack over towards C. I say now's the time to swap things up. I'm looking at Zeppa going for the same drone play to start the round, potentially. Or at least a shock.
Dart. Dealt with. Snakebite. Ricocheting into the back behind Platt.
But the spike is in mid-window right now with Oxy.
Yeah.
And 3 players on Loud starting to push out A lobby, at least getting into deep positions. Zeppa does not have his drone to re-clear that. So going back into A right now is super dangerous for Cloud9.
Could be deadly. I mean, Celsius has gone down just on a Marshall. Darker locking down that avenue. And danger lurks around every single corner. As you mentioned, this is a nasty position to try and play around with no drone in sight.
Yeah, this is kind of horrible.
Tiptoeing around, a bit of noise being made though, so hand is revealed. Kawazine stepping up again, trying to really activate. Verti Oxy glides to the side to make sure to put the damage in where it really hurts.
Does he know about Pancada, though?
May have heard it potentially, but looks like Pancada closed up a lot of those sound cues, and with that bandit in hand, yeah, quick work made of Oxy.
Penny took a lot of damage early on in this round.
30 seconds left.
I believe from the Marshall. And now it's all left on him. Doesn't look particularly winnable.
20 seconds to play with. It's an open sight. I've just got to play this one with a lot of discipline. Doesn't matter about the weaponry really at this point when Penny is on 24 health. And he knows he has to make an aggro play here.
Cloud9 have been going for aggro plays in the post plant every time. Like, surely they expect this. He's looking for the alarm bot. It's not there.
Forwards. It's all being watched for though. Does have the rifle. Players are making their way in now. Darker trying to set his team up. Just spotted off to the side, and yeah, barely took anything. Swift Breeze would have done him in here, so Loud is still alive for now.
Actually, really good awareness. I assume it was Verti who originally did the Marshall damage, even though it's now in Darker's hands. So he's been able to com that he hit him for 101. Whereas if that was, you know, a player that was still alive, maybe you don't know that you've 100% confirmed that damage.
Sure.
Ooh. I do love an angry Yimmy. Sorry if that makes me a bad person, but man, I love an angry Yimmy.
He's giving us those Coach Cam reactions.
Thank you.
The death slam, yes, okay.
We love it.
Get a few more of those
Speed it up, 200%. Put them all together. I don't count Oxy out of this round, though. He's got a Neon ult. C9 on an eco of their own. Would love to turn things around. And there's only 2 players at home here on A.
Zagro is anything. Oh, he's seen it, spotted it. There's blood in the water, and he sniffed it out. Eager to chomp down, bite away. Some of these players still looking to see if they can sit nice and pretty again with those smokes. Blossomed up, but he's just spotted out into the open. Hold on, he's jumping straight into that anchor smoke. And Verti, you're not escaping the ire. Not right now. Overwhelmed with the bodies. Pancada trying to offload it and offset that disadvantage, but just like that. Spin of a dime. Luke Show. His life claimed as he was leaping out of the sky.
I think he had to take a timing like that, though. 2v3 playing into a pit. Basically got no chance unless you find a ridiculous timing like that, leaping out of heaven. So I respect the play, but C9 have run over that Loud A defense. 2 players that were not ready for that level of tempo.
It's rapid.
Oxy looks so good when he has the Neon ult in hand. And normally I would say I slightly prefer the Yoru composition on Haven. I think it gives you more ability to move around the map. But Oxy go burr.
Yeah, giving Oxy that ability to just flip a switch, activate, turn up the tempo immediately. Doesn't need to rely really too much on his team, just a raw aim.
He did it on defense as well, didn't he?
Yeah, it's real dangerous stuff in the hands of a player like him. And just like that, weaker by matter not, up to 12.
And it's not even the most expensive it could have been. C9 get themselves up to map point with Zelsis still having an ult set pretty in the bank. They could play around that if they wanted to. Verti getting overwhelmed inside of that anchor smoke. Really sealed the deal for Loud.
I just run it down, bro. These guys are too scared.
Well, there's the read. He's 19 and 13. I can just run it down. They're scared.
Yep. Not willing to take fights against him.
Well, if there was any action from Loud that would have confirmed Oxy's suspicions, it would be the cowardly tack timeout.
Oh, of course.
Coming out immediately afterwards.
Pause in the play.
You are clearly shook.
Yeah.
Massive ultimates available here for Loud, but 5 in a row that they would need to put up. They got a 5-round streak in the first half, but in this second, there's been nothing even close.
No.
No operator money available for Verti. Actually, he might have been able to scrap something together, but it looks from our end like he's going for the rifle instead. They've got ults for plant denial with Kawanzin's Hunter's Fury. They've got ults for retake with Luke Show's lockdown. But nothing's really been working so far. And playing for retake looks difficult against Cloud9 when they're discoordinated in terms of areas they want to fight in the post plan. Something that worked really well even just in the previous match for Envy as well on Bind.
Yeah.
Getting that aggression going in post can be really tough to deal with if you're playing for retake.
All it takes is one at this point here for Cloud9. You can lock up this early map of Haven.
Their map pick, but one that in the off-season they went 0 and 2 at. Against Envy and G2.
Bit of conditioning from Zeppo. He's been doing this a lot. Close dart and a shock dart perhaps as well to follow with this one. That's a pixel to work with, barely there. A bit latent and delayed in terms of that one, but quickly, space going to be taken up. Shots rattling. Luke Show had to B-hop out of there. Narrowly avoided most of this one. Into the B plant we go, and there's a lot of ults online. Luke Show locked down, save for the rainy day, and it happens to be pouring.
A drone allowing Oxy to fight over the A connector. So they're going to aggressively get out of this lockdown.
And trying to fight forwards as well into that A-link space. No detainment, but listen, the players' positions are predictable. It's a Nana Swarm. Orb up, ults offloaded.
I love
here.
that lockdown.
Zelsis is rapid, man, running
Oxy's
around them all the way, and this is it. Dead from 1,000 cuts. Loud being whittled down until barely anyone can stand up to it. Him versus Oxy now. Can Verdi do it? Time is thoroughly against him. With that damage done, Oxy knows it. That's it. It's a done deal here for map 1. Haven is Cloud9's.
A really strong opener there for C9. Oxy, I think, realized by the end of it he could do anything he wanted. He was running into their spawn, he was running them down with the ult. They couldn't stop him. Pretty close fought first half, but that second half was pure C9 dominance. Team had a couple of wobbles in the off-season, but the whole point is getting things sorted for VCT Kickoff.
Yeah.
300 ACS beginning for Oxy is just what the doctor ordered.